Hi, my name's Buddy Powell. I'm the president of Clearwater Marine Aquarium, and I'm here today to express to everyone out there in the world and here at Clearwater Marine Aquarium how much we appreciate the tremendous outpouring of love and care for Winter. It has been absolutely remarkable and heartwarming. She's an inspiration to all of us here at CMA and also everyone who has passed through our doors in terms of what we may be able to achieve with Winter's legacy in terms of not only saving animals but also saving the environment and the habitat that Winter lives in. And that truly is going to be one of the remarkable things about what she has done to inspire us, is to have this legacy here behind us, this marine life hospital that would not have been possible without Winter and everyone that has come to help support her and support us in the process. Winter the Dolphin has given us a voice, a very powerful voice, a very broad, wide voice around the world to share our mission. And our mission is such that we want to carry on from what we have done in terms of trying to very directly save wildlife and rescue marine animals like Winter, to being able to save species. And those species, for example, we're conducting research on right whales. There's less than 400 North Atlantic right whales in existence today. And so many of the things that we are doing, for example, is conducting and collecting the research that's needed to try and protect these species. We have projects going on in Belize and Cuba and Dominican Republic with a variety of other species, sea turtles, for example, and none of this really would have been possible if it hadn't been for Winter being able to give us the ability to reach so many people to help support our mission.
I'm Dr. Shelley Markwood, and I'm the veterinarian here at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. We are so privileged and honored to have had 16 amazing years with Winter, and we're so thankful for everything that we learned from her, both as individuals as well as the community at large. Everything that we learned and everything that we've taken from her life and her care are going to help to rescue other animals, and we're going to apply that knowledge, and with that her legacy will live on forever. We're so proud that we were able to do everything that we could for Winter and make her comfortable in those final days. We are so incredibly grateful to the community of experts who literally dropped everything to come and help us and share their talents and their expertise in this very difficult time. And we can't thank them enough for coming to our aid and to Winter's in this very difficult moment.
Hi, I'm Kelly Martin, Vice President of Zoological Care. I'm especially proud of the team that worked around the clock to provide Winter the support, care, and love throughout the last 16 years. I'd especially like to thank our friends and family at Hanger. Without their dedication, their passion, and their drive, Winter wouldn't have made it this extraordinary 16 years. While we all mourn, I'd like for each and every one of us to remember that Winter is giving us perseverance and the power of hope.
Looking at this pool and it having no one in it, it's a stark reminder of why we're here this evening. And I just again want to thank everybody. Our mayor, Frank Hibbert, couldn't be here tonight, but he said something in a video that he sent to the staff today that is pretty incredible. He said, "What an amazing blessing that we had this beautiful creature with us for 16 years. I know we would have liked to have her for many more, but aren't we lucky to have had her at all?" I think that sums it up quite nicely. It's a privilege to introduce our first speaker of the night. I'm honored to work with her. She's an amazing woman. She's our veterinarian, Dr. Shelley Marquardt.
Thank you all for being here. Although Winter's life was far shorter than we would have liked, she had such a profound, unimaginable impact on those that met her. From the moment she was found entangled in a crab trap, she demonstrated a fighting spirit and stubbornness that we saw every single day. She was always in charge, no matter what, despite we wanted to be, but she was always the one dictating the situation. She taught herself to swim despite all of the odds and adapted to all of the changes that occurred over the years because of the loss of her limbs. She challenged us, each one of us, every single day, caretakers, veterinarians alike, taught us to think outside the box and work a little harder because so many things about her were very different from Dolphin, and we're all the better for it. All the lessons we learned and the knowledge we gained are invaluable, and we're going to continue to use that information and continue to help other rescue wildlife. Thank you to all the veterinarians and the other experts who helped contribute to her care throughout her life. While there are way too many to name, each one of them was an important part in helping us to have her as long as we did. To the team of veterinarians who pre-approved her trips, hopped on last-minute flights, and literally dodged everything the last week to help them save her life, we are profoundly grateful for the expertise and support you provided. I'm so honored to work alongside such an incredible team of professionals, veterinarians, and trainers that are as dedicated and as passionate as these people that work here. There's always animals that you will never forget, and she is definitely one of those. We are so thankful that we got 16 amazing years of resilience and tweets, even until the final moment.
Good evening, everyone. You didn't notice we're having some microphone problems, so this thing continues to act up. I'm probably going to throw it on the ground and just talk loudly. Hopefully you can hear me okay. My name is Paul Auslander. I'm the chair of the board here at Clearwater Marine Aquarium, and really thank you all for coming out this evening. I have a number of people to acknowledge that are here, but before I do, I'd like to do something that I did this morning, and give a tremendous thanks to the board of directors and to the staff at Ruth Eckerd Hall. We had an event this morning for the staff and for the board, a celebration of life at Ruth Eckerd, and it was absolutely beautiful. And the folks at Ruth Eckerd donated the place. We had originally had it scheduled to be out on the beach. The weather didn't cooperate, and so we quickly moved it to Ruth Eckerd. And like everything else Ruth Eckerd does, they did it first class. It was kind of funny because a lot of the folks that serve us drinks and take our tickets at 7 p.m. were serving us coffee at 7 a.m. And they frankly didn't look like they knew what they were doing. It was pretty funny. But we had a great time. I want to just build on that a moment and just say that this morning was a celebration of life for winter, but it was also a celebration for the team here at CMA. And I don't want to spend a lot of time on that, but I just want to repeat some of the comments that were made this morning. This was probably the most stressful week of this team's life after what happened a week ago Thursday night. And I can't tell you how great of a job they did. We emphasized it this morning. We have a truly remarkable team here at CMA. They've been tested repeatedly in the last 2 years with COVID challenges, leadership changes, and passing the winter. They've handled everything from grace under pressure, frankly. Someone once told me a long time ago that adversity doesn't build character, it shows it. Well, they showed it big time. And I'd like to give them a big round of applause. Truly a remarkable team. I can't overstate it. We have a number of folks that are important to us that are here. Just to add to the thanks for the entities, let me just thank the Marriott Residence Inn in downtown Clearwater, as well as Winter, the Dolphins Beach Club, and the Page family. They've helped us immensely this past week. Many of our staff members were staying in town. They don't necessarily all live here. Rooms were donated, food was given, just a tremendous amount of outpouring of love and help. We thank them so much for that. It will take forever if you applaud to everybody that I'm thanking, so let me just run through the list and then we'll give them one good one. But let's say hi to Representative Nick Sigley, who's here. Representative Chris Lotfella, right? Sitting right in front of me. All right, and I can't even believe the lights. Microphone okay? Can you hear this? All right, okay, great, thank you. I saw former Mayor George Credicos and his lovely wife, and I can't find them now, but I'd like to honor them. There they are, of course, sitting close to another group that I love, I'll tell you in a minute. And then also former Mayor Brian Onk Sr., who I think is way over there. Brian, thank you for being here. Councilmember David Albritton, Councilmember Hoyt Hamilton, Councilmember Mark Bunker. Guys, thank you so much for being here. We have inspired guests here, too many to list off, but that's one of the reasons that we're in existence, is to have them come here, and a number of them came to pay their respects. Then we also, and I don't know all of them, but I know Austin, Posey, and Nathan. We have some of the actors from Dolphin Taylor here. Some of them came from great distance. Can't tell you what that means to us. Thank you for being here. Former CEO David Yates, I think was around. I didn't get a chance to see him. I know former CEO Frank Dean is here. Somebody that's near and dear to our heart. And then, of course, let me just also mention that besides working with a great team, I work with the best board of directors I've ever seen. We have a couple of former chairmen that are here. Nathan Hightower is here, who's, besides being a former chairman, a board member, and my first phone call anytime I screw something up. And then I don't know if Tom Moore is here or not. He was here this morning. I don't know if he made it this evening, but also a former chairman. And then finally, I just would like to give a special thank you and a special shout out to Ellen Cotton and Kate Tiedemann. This window here that we have, a lot of their support. They're with us tonight. I'm so thankful that they're here, and it's very nice of you. Thank you so much for coming out. And then finally, it's done. I'd like to acknowledge one last person, but certainly not least, and it's probably the reason, in fact it is the reason I'm here. It's my wonderful partner and wife, Kim. When we moved here to Clearwater 7 years ago, we were driving over the causeway, and she said, you know, that's an organization you should get involved in. Your father would have loved that. My dad was a tremendous athlete in high school. One of the things he did during the summers is he was a lifeguard at Far Rockaway Beach in Queens. And one summer, 6 months before the salt vaccine came out, he contracted polio and ended up spending the rest of his life in a wheelchair. And Kim and my dad were very close, sometimes closer than I was with him. He did more from a wheelchair with not the ability to walk than many people I knew that had no problems. He never complained. He built a wonderful business. He was admired by many, including myself. And Kim suggested that I do this. I got involved with this. I had a mutual friend who knew Linda Griffin, who was on the board. We had a couple of meetings, and voila, I got involved. And I can't imagine being involved in a better organization than this. So, thank you, Kim. Thanks for doing that. That's great. And to all the folks here, let's give that round of applause for the great people that have come here. last but not least, on behalf of the board of directors, we're streaming this to many different places, so thank you. Thank you for watching. The folks that cannot attend, the technology is such where you can attend, and that's great. So thank you. Thank you very much. One of those things that we didn't rehearse too well. I have the privilege of introducing our current president and CEO, Dr. James Buddy Powell, who, let me tell you something, talk about jumping on a moving conveyor belt. He has, and he's done it fabulously. Buddy?
Thanks, Paul. First off, as Paul said, my name is Buddy Powell. I'm the president of the CMA. And what I can tell you is I'm new to this job, but I am very proud of this job. And I'm very proud of our team. I've done this a few times now, so I could get choked up when I start thinking about it. But we have an absolutely incredible team that, when it comes to time of crisis, they step up and go far beyond what's imaginable. It's amazing how quickly people come together in order to be able to do what needs to be done. And that I can definitely tell you happened over the past couple of weeks when winter went into this very unfortunate situation. This morning I gave a presentation at our memorial or celebration of life for our staff and volunteers. And there were hundreds of people there. And the one thing that really impressed me, and should impress you, is that we're one huge, as I'm learning, family. And it's not just the people sitting here, it's the people that are around the world, and you can just go out front and see how large this CMA family really is. And so it's tonight, obviously, it's a celebration of winter. There are these unfortunate situations, but look around you, and you'll see that we all have one thing in common, and that is, our love and appreciation for Winter, the Dolphin, that means so much to us, but also means so much to others and help to inspire them. And the other thing that I touched on with our staff and volunteers and so forth is Winter's not here with us today, but we each have a responsibility, an obligation to touch lives based on the inspiration that Winter has given. So it's like we're taking this message and it's spreading out across all of us. And I hope everyone does take a moment to use what we've learned through the appreciation of Winter to continue to touch lives and animals as we go forward. So, although she may be gone now, her legacy is going to live with us forever. I was asked a question a little bit earlier. Are we going to continue to honor our wounded warriors? Are we going to continue to honor the people that have disabilities and other things that have come here for so many years? Yes, absolutely yes. And not only yes, we're going to take this legacy that Winter is leaving behind. We're going to continue to build and grow, because she provided the foundation for this. And so that's where we're starting now in this new chapter, as Winter has left us. And the biggest legacy that we have is right in front of you. And that's this incredible new hospital facility we have that's going to allow us to be able to save lives, save animal lives. Who knows how long? Thousands we're talking about. And it would not have been possible if it hadn't been for Winter. And it's going to be a truly remarkable thing, and I want everyone to watch us as we continue to grow. Soon we're going to have manatees here, and you're going to, Winter, of course, was our shining star, but there's many other stars here too. And I think people are going to continue to be here and be pulled into our mission. And our mission comes first. She provided a platform for us to reach millions of people, literally. And the outpouring has been just absolutely tremendous. And, you know, we sort of started out as sort of the rescue, rehabilitation, and release site. And this is wonderful. That's our roots. That's what we started as a hospital. But now we're even more than that. Now we're reaching through, we have an incredible education and educators here that are going to be educating children and adults, and we're linking up with universities to use this as a platform for people to learn more about these animals. We're going to have ongoing research here, but also to learn about what they can do to save the environment and save these animals, so maybe we don't even have to rescue them, you know, at some point in the future. And with that research, that is much broader than just our walls. For example, we have research projects saving whales. There's the North Atlantic right whale. There's less than 400 individuals. And so our work is continuing to try to help those save those species. So we go from saving individuals to saving species. And it's a continuation of our mission. So, I just want to remind everyone that we're here to honor Winter's legacy, and it's going to be in our next chapters. Please stay tuned and understand that what we're going to do is going to be so much more that we're going to build on. So, you know, it's because of Winter that we have the ability to do this. We're going to be building 2 new manatee facilities, one up in Tarpon Springs. Eventually, also to honor Winter's legacy, and Winter's old home is also going to be a place where we can rescue and rehab and save manatees. And I can't think of a better way to honor Winter. And so, you know, it's like we're going to miss Winter the dolphin, but we're especially thankful. And if you want to think about this, Winter became a philanthropist. Winter became a very special animal that's going to help us realize our vision. And so she was also a visionary. And this morning, it was wonderful because we have a new star in the sky. Is now officially named Winter. So Winter's going to continue to look down upon us from that star, and I think she's going to be very, very pleased and happy and grateful to see what we can accomplish here together.
I brought this. I'm just glad about one thing tonight, is that I'm going before Kelly. Kelly is the best speaker, and I'm probably the worst speaker here, so no pressure there. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Dan Strumka, this is Kevin Carroll. We're a part of the team that designed and validated the trail for the last 16 years. Ever since I was introduced to Winter, nearly 16 years ago, I have seen the most amazing things, and been introduced to the most amazing people ever. So, being part of the company we're with, Thank You Clinic, we get to work with the best doctors, the best therapists in the world. We're with them all the time. It does not come close to comparing to the team we had working on this. It was unbelievable collaborative effort. The passion to see that. It can be the guys that maintain the building, the shopkeepers, the CEO, everybody, volunteers, most importantly the trainers. I feel lucky to be part of working with that team. It's like nothing I've ever seen. When I first started working with her, I thought it was going to be a short-term project. Both Kevin and but pretty soon after I started working with her, I knew it was going to be long-term. At first, I had no idea she would survive the trauma. That's good. It was pretty radical. But then everything we tried on her, she adapted to. ground. And it was really impressive. So after that, probably 4 or 5 years, and we kept adding different components and design ideas to it, and finally came up with the functional tail that she has today, or some variation of the design. Of course, it's bigger, and the wings got bigger, but we ended up there. Over that period of time, we got to know each other pretty well. Not to say she didn't splash, she kept me all the time, or Matt or Pamela got to splash us with intention. But I learned really quickly, as with my wife, the quickest way to the heart is through good food, or good fish. So it was good. This, of course, changed when she became a movie star. All of a sudden, I had to call her ham and make an appointment with her, and it was very hard to do. It was brutal. One other thing we did was develop a gel liner, which was safely and securely wear the gel, so her skin to stay on. I still don't know how I feel about being a guinea pig for an animal, but nevertheless, I mean, it's really improved and changed the lives of many amputees around the world, including myself. I do gel, my has to tested for winter. What would happen if they didn't? Having done prosthetics for 35 years and working with a lot of people with challenges, learned I can pretty confidently say that half of overcoming disability is half physical and half mental. But winter has given us a tool to work with to conquer that mental side, to overcome it. Her story was just perspective. Kids, hardened veterans, when they can kill you with a potato chip. We had adults, geriatrics, anything in it. They would have that same interaction and get much inspiration from it. It's still, to this day, it's so inspiring. Her impact has reached worldwide. It's stayed consistent for 16 years. Usually it's the initial story and then it kind of dies down. But there's not a day goes by where Kevin and I don't tell someone about it or ask about it. Either, literally every day. This is 16 years after it started. So it's just made a huge impact on people's life. During that last week, my wife, my daughter, my son, and myself, we've probably getting hundreds or even thousands of texts and emails telling us how much winter has had an effect on their lives and how much of a positive impact it's had. It was just very touching. Thank you. Some of you guys know what I do. So, every year, the Aquarium hosts what we call the Chemical Olympics. Each year, there's 50 to 70 amputee children with amputations come here. And they basically have fun. And I'll interact with them here and the rest of the amputees. And to witness that interaction and the impact it has on this place, if you ever get a chance to come here during that day, it's February, January. But this became my favorite day of the year. I look forward to it. It's just fantastic. So in a short period of time, Luther has created a legacy that most of us care about. Kids, it's just, she's left us legacy. She's given us a dream. Her story's going to go on and continue to inspire people, a lot of people. And it's just, I've been honored to be part of it, and I would kindly ask you to assist us in keeping that story alive. And you guys are in this room, I'm part of this story, and that's why we're here this morning. And it's just, whatever support we do for all the other amazing things they're doing, it's just phenomenal. I know Jeff wanted to tell us a little story about
All right, so again, thanks everybody for your great encouragement to both Dan and I over the years. It's been fantastic. And to work with a lot of amazing people here. And Dan says this is the best of the best right here in this room. So we thank you for that. We do get to work with some amazing children and adults and older adults. thinking about the children tonight, people from across the world that have tuned in here, and these kids that have tuned in, these kids have tuned in from various parts of the world are looking at us right to this camera right here. Oh my God, how many people hear it, right? You can hear it, you're not alone, you're out there with a lot of kids across the world that is listening. But one particular child in particular, my mom reached out to me at Christmas time, just coming up to Christmas, 6 weeks before Christmas. And this little girl was in Ireland, so yes, Kira, Ireland, we're talking about you, right? The little kid, she was 3 years old, and mom said, my little daughter, she missed both of her legs above the knee, and we'd love to have her able to walk for Christmas. We have tried everything, she did not walk. And I was like, oh. And how did you hear about us? Take a guess, how did you hear about us? When? Let's say. You can do better than that. There you go. So, of course, what do? I pick up my phone and say, Dan, guess what, Dan? Mr. Dan. No Christmas. So before I knew it, this little girl was in service school. She fit with prosthetics, and walking for Christmas because of winter the Dolphin. This is a Dolphin that inspired, and a couple of kids here, for those kids, you stand up real quick, the Inspire program kids, Inspire kids, any kid in the room, stand up, child, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Good for you guys. Good for you guys. Winter's story will go on and on and on and on and on. And yes, kids are calling down, asking, oh, what's going to happen? Can I still go to the aquarium? We're like, absolutely. We are looking forward to more and more Inspire programs. I know the Inspire team over there. The Inspire team is going to continue to make it happen. Yeah.
I'm just going to break in really quickly. Besides the annoying factor of the sound system, it's almost amazing. We so apologize for that. But if everything else didn't go wrong, one more thing for me went wrong. I forgot in that list of people I read to the person that's probably largely responsible for getting this place built. He was the chairman for almost a decade. In fact, I think maybe even a little longer than a decade. I didn't even have him on my written list because I never forget him, but I did. He and his wife, Jan's a volunteer here for many years. Just a fantastic man. John Drawheim's been my mentor. Kelly Martin.
Thank you for allowing me to stand before you tonight and express my gratitude. I want to let you know that I'm especially proud of our team. The truth is I'm extraordinarily fortunate and will be eternally grateful to work alongside such an impactful, giving, and resilient group of individuals. This team worked so hard around the clock to ensure that Winter was receiving their very best at all times. Ashley, Abby, Annie, and Robin, I want to thank you for your leadership, your dedication, your passion, and your love for Winter. To my friends at Mayor, words cannot express my feelings, nor my thanks for all your help throughout Winter's 16 long years. On behalf of the animal care team, I'd like to express our appreciation for your determination and thank you for your innovation, your support, and your love for winter and those that she's connected with. For all that you do, for who you are, I will forever be grateful. While we mourn, we should all be thankful for the time that we had with Winter and cherish what she taught us about perseverance and the power of hope. I'd like to go ahead and invite 16 really important people in Winter's life up for a moment of silence.
Thank you everybody for coming. We appreciate you. We have a reception up on the 4th floor that we would like for all of you to attend.
Right at the surface and just skimming.
She's exhausted.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
Fighting infection, exhausted.
It's on both sides, pretty deep. The crab pot was still on her when she was attached to it.
You have your marks from the rope right here.
Yeah, that's what they were telling me.
Right here. Has marks on her pecs, and also there's a little bit on her.
She was wrapped up good.
If you look.
Yeah, there's a tail bry. If you want to get a shot of that, that's a good spot too. Okay, she's got a little bit of a. She's got a little bit of a crick going to the right there.
And the injuries that she has are due to a crab pot entanglement with a rope. So it basically was dragging through the corners of her mouth and also caused her some abrasions around her body from being wrapped up. She's been very tough all day. This is Cameron. We've been doing this since about 10:30 or 11 this morning. just holding her in the water and keeping her shaded and keeping her wet and cool.
That's correct. You go to the guard gate there, and he will point you down to turtle. Just pull that ambulance right up to that gate, and we can walk the animal out to the street. You want to lift her out?
It says, oh, the perils of Cape Coma. So worth it. Happy birthday. Dear Winter, I love you so much. You're my best friend. Happy birthday, love, Kevin. Quack.
Coming to you.
Got him.
Beach snatcher too out of the way. Thank you. How do you pull that water? Yeah, I got it.
I'm walking.
Do another little step. Yeah, just a little one.
I'm walking. Yes.
Come here.
I'm walking. You guys. I even took a big step.
That was a big marching step.
Been begging to see Winter since they saw the movie the first time. Immediately from then, they're like, when are we gonna go see Winter? When are we gonna go see Winter? And so we kept it a secret.
Yeah, but I already knew. I just didn't know that we were going in 2 days.
Yeah, she felt like in her heart she was always gonna get to meet Winter. So she was she was surprised, but she's like, I knew we were going to meet him someday. So yeah, it was very exciting.
But not in 2 days.
I know, it was so exciting that you knew you were going to get to see her soon, right?
In 2 days.
She'll say, hey, have you heard about Winter? And so then she'll start telling him the story. And what does Winter have? What's on Winter's tail? A what?
Prosthetic tail.
Yeah, she has a prosthetic tail, and yeah, so and when, you know, my husband will read her the book, and you know, Winter is just a little bit different, and she'll always say, just like me.
Hi everybody, my name is Maya. I'm going to tell you a little about Winter, and she's really amazing. If you ever get to see her, even though I can't see her right now, you can watch her movies. There's actually 2. Dolphin Tale 2, Dolphin Tale 1, and there is books about her. Stay safe and healthy. Bye.
Can you walk towards Mommy now?
Driving home from work one evening, I heard this story about this little dolphin who just lost his tail. I was thinking to myself, you know, we put prosthetics on people, why not a tail on a dolphin? So I picked up the phone, I called Clearwater Marine Aquarium and said, you know, we can put a tail in your dolphin. I know initially they thought I was crazy in the head, but they quickly realised I was serious. I called my colleague Dan Strimke. I said, Dan, we have this project.
First thing I thought when I hung up the phone with Kevin after discussing this with him was, should I tell anybody? They're going to think I'm crazy.
He says, why not?
That there was really no point in the whole process, even from the very beginning, that I didn't think we could do it.
We spent numerous hours at the aquarium working as a team.
The team that was assembled was one of the greatest parts about being involved in this project.
Working with the trainers, with the veterinarians, working with the management.
There were so many different people of different expertise that truly came together without any ulterior motives.
As a result, we came up with great ideas.
Everybody's doing it for the right reason, and you got the most dedicated people involved in this.
I know many, many times Dan and I would leave there and we were very inspired and motivated to go back and work harder to come up with a solution for Winter.
Hard to find a way to get through. It's a tragedy pulling at me like the stars do. You're like gravity. Even if the wind blows, it makes it hard to believe. How you gonna love? How you gonna feel? How you gonna live your life like the dream you have is real? And if you lost your way, well, I will keep you safe. We'll open up all the world inside so you come alive tonight. I will keep you safe.
Biggest challenge we were soon to face was how are we going to keep this tail on her and not have it hurt her skin.
When you think about dolphins, dolphins have very fragile skin.
One of the first things I realized when I actually met Winter and first time I put my hands on her was she was slippery. I mean, her skin it seemed delicate and it was very, very slippery.
So we had to come up with a very protective material.
Similar to what we're using on humans, but with some additional benefits or characteristics.
We wanted softness, we wanted flexibility, we wanted sticky and tacky. That's what locks the prosthesis in place. It's the sealed environment.
That we actually roll on her skin, put the tail on, and then another similar gel goes over the top to basically hold it on with suction.
We put all the minds together and came up with a very, very incredible, inspirational solution to hold the prosthesis in place.
It's now known as Winter's Gel.
Guess who got to check out Winter's Gel before winter? Dan Strimke.
I'm an amputee that has been wearing prosthesis for 37 years now and have dealt with the issues of pressure and rubbing and all that. So I ended up being the guinea pig because we didn't want to try something on Winter that has never been tried before.
Oftentimes you hear about animals testing product before it's ever used on humans. Well, in this case, the product was used on the human before it ever went to the animal.
And it was excitingly amazing how comfortable this product was.
Little children that could not walk before is now walking because of Winter.
So it was really, what started off as what I thought I was trying to help her. She's helped me personally and so many of our patients.
Winter has been an incredible inspiration to kids all over the world. Today there's children wearing prosthetics that had given up on it before, but when they heard Winter's story, they said, wow, if Winter can do it, I can do it. Every year we have Camp No Limits visit Clearwater Marine Aquarium. They get to visit with Winter the Dolphin and all the other injured animals.
There's not a week goes by, a day goes by where I don't have someone either write me an email or whatever saying, what you did was amazing. My daughter had this problem and she didn't want to do this. She's read about Winter, studied Winter, and all of a sudden she's doing this. And I hear this all the time.
There was a little boy who came the other day from the Midwest. He was missing both of his arms and both of his legs. And to see the interaction between him and Winter was just inspiring. That little kid today is walking now because of Winter.
Winter's been an amazing patient. She's accepted everything we put on her. It's really like working with our kids. She's tough. Like our pediatric kids are tough. Things they want to get up and walk, and they're going to do everything they can to do that. Winter wants to swim. She's going to do whatever she can to swim.